Okay, so it is Pi Day and 1:59 a.m. 314159. And I know that I promised that I would deploy Talosopolis beta version, like moving Talosopolis beta by Pi Day, but unfortunately, my cat died a couple of weeks ago on February 23rd. Unfortunately, it was right before the GDG meeting. It was very hard to present that day. But so essentially, for about 3 weeks, I was so depressed and I was unable to really make much progress. I was in lots of physical and mental pain, but I still managed. One thing that I have not shown on YouTube is the progress that I've made since December. Now, one thing I need to know is that January was very difficult for me because my family was being absolutely terrible towards me, and that was another issue for me. So really, I only had maybe about a week or two of productive development time since December 25th. Despite that, I have made significant amount of progress. A significant amount of progress in Talos since the last time I made a video on Talosopolis, since the version of Talos when I first launched Talos was Alpha Beta. I decided to move Talos into Beta Gamma, and I will be continuing this trend, Gamma Delta, Delta Epsilon, I think that's the next letter. This is terrible. I used to know this religiously when I was a kid. Greek letters and stuff. But I will be keeping up the Greek letter version control. And in the interests of my personal framework, I am calling what I have as Beta Gamma because it has a lot of features. Now, the autopilot, the anti-gravity, I forgot what they call it, the anti-gravity thing. Oh, that's exposing my backend. Now I have to change the container on that. Anyways, so stop! Oh my god. So I want to show you Talosopolis and where it is right now. Now I have to change my dev backend because that thing could not. Anyways, it's fine. It's just restarting the container. But so this, of course, is still the landing page of Talos. These phrases and stuff, they might be out of context as, of course, I can't read every single last quote and make sure that in context it's good as a person. I try to make it as good as possible. So essentially, this part of the site is still the same. There's nothing much changed about the site. About the landing page of the site, because I haven't had time to, except this hasn't updated. Let me see if I hit F5. Yep, there it is. Beta Gamma. So now you have the Beta Gamma version of Talosopolis. But let me show you what in all I have updated. Now, unfortunately, because anti-gravity has been absolutely terrible as of late, it's been very glitchy. It's been using up my tokens while caught in loops and circles, and it's just not been functioning correctly. But overall, it's been crashing a lot. It's just I've been unable to develop properly because of countless issues with anti-gravity as well as in my personal life. So hopefully in the next couple of by the end of March, hopefully I should be able to make Talosopolis into whatever and develop all of the features. There's really only like a week or two of development left, and I should have been able to do that by Friday, but again, my cat died, and I was really depressed about that. My poor little dino. But so this isn't the production site. This is the development site, and effectively, let's see. Unfortunately, oh hey, the bot fixed it. Anti-gravity fixed this. This button wasn't working before, so whatever the last thing was, it fixed the. This is my first time seeing this UI. Let's see. What is it? Does it work? This is still the old UI. I have not worked on. Let me show you the Magister console first, okay? Because this is what I've worked on, and then we can both explore. And see what. Because I haven't actually clicked on and worked on Scholar in a while, so I don't know what. I actually do not know what anti-gravity developed on Scholar while building out the features that I was asking for. So let me show you. So all of these, this is, again, it's still very, very, I wouldn't call it pure beta. Like, there are a lot of features that I added. But unfortunately, it is kind of unstable. There are a lot of features I still have to add. But, so you can start in Archive, right? And again, the naming convention is not finalized yet. So this was, again, this UI was not made by, so the original UI was made, the skeleton UI was made by my DevFest collaborator. Her name is Kira. She helped me build this site. The seed of Talos front end using Figma, and I had a separate set of containers that I used as the back end for the front end and back end seed as the sort of framework as to which the front end, the actual container architecture would be built upon. Yeah, so this is the Rapid Course Genesis interface, and what this is that so you have the course title, and you can generate these individual things with AI. So if you selected a course title, if you typed in a course title and you wanted to get your disciplines, you could get the disciplines from it. This is still not as smooth as it should be. You can extract the course description in an abstract, and you can set the course difficulty. But what I have added is this I'm feeling curious button. Now you can actually go and say, I do not want to have any sort of subjects that relate to children, right? So I don't want any subjects for minors. And then you can go and save that, and when you are generating a course, you can hit I'm feeling curious, and I'm feeling curious will not select those courses, but it will consult the Oracle, and it will generate make sure I'm actually recording, okay. It will generate a course title. It'll generate the academic disciplines and the course descriptions and the difficulties. So this one actually takes a little bit, and I don't know if I've got the overall scaled correctly, but it's not really that much text. So it's selected. So you can select up to 5 topics. It can generate from anywhere from 1 to 5 topics. It shows 3. So right now it shows biologistics, mimicking nature's supply chains for hyper-efficient e-commerce. So let's see. This advanced interdisciplinary course delved into the revolutionary concept of biologistics, examining how nature's most efficient and resilient supply chains can inspire the next generation of e-commerce operations. We will dissect the decentralized optimization strategies of ant colonies for last-mile delivery, the robust self-healing networks, the fungal mycelia for distributed warehousing, and the adaptive intelligence of cellular transport systems for hyper-personalized fulfillment. The course explores biomimicry in autonomous drone fleets, predictive inventory management, and self-organizing supply webs, preparing students to design resilient, efficient, and ecologically inspired logistical paradigms for a future-proof digital economy. Ethical considerations of highly autonomous nature-mimicking systems will also be explored. So I can tell you that this is a very, very well-known, topic. And what I've done is that I have ensured that the AI confirms at least to, and I haven't built the back end to do the, I kind of have. It is doing it partially, comparing it against known topics, research topics, and I'll show you that in the next screen. But the AI does partially check if the topic it's talking about is not total bunk. And right now, if you think this is total bunk, it's not. If you've seen those videos of slime molds solving mazes, if you've seen those videos where they put slime molds at the points of major cities, and the slime molds are trying to pathfind to find the best, and they put hazards and stuff, and they're trying to pathfind the best routes to these cities. That's one of what this is talking about. And with ants, I don't know if you've seen that GIF of the ants solving a puzzle where they have to lift a structure and move it through a maze to get to the other side. And they also compared it with humans, and the ants solved it faster. So this is not actually like falsified information. This is like actual real stuff that's going on. So you can initialize this, and so you can drag files to click and to upload to this. And I think I showed that before, but I will show it to you now too, and all my files, I guess. But you can add your own files, and you can also it also automatically suggests Wikipedia. It see how it automatically searched and found ant colony optimizations, self-organization map, swarm intelligence, biomimetism, and mimetics, and mycelium. So if you, for instance, want to see the ant colony optimization, such as the problem I was telling you before, you can click on this and it actually pulls up the problem-solving techniques, which this is very relevant to the it is very relevant to the topic that it generated. You see here, it's using that they use this technology to this method at the colony to calculate vehicle routing and internet routing. And what's interesting is that it also finds YouTube videos. Now if I play the videos, I will get copyright struck, but I'll show you the kind of videos that you see here. Oh wow, it actually got I4. It pulled up I4, oh my god. Sound barrier walls, let's see, what else is there?
Everything that we do.
This one's kind of weird. This is kind of like a buggish. It usually actually gets it pretty decently, but that's drugs. I am legally required to tell you to not do drugs, but you do you, man. I need to. Usually it gets it pretty decently, but it's pretty. I'm still working on.
Yearning for.
Yeah, here's one good one. The biomimicry's like principles biomimicry explained. That one would be very relevant to what it is, and I'm still working on how to handle copyright with the YouTube stuff, because again, it's the copyright problem is a pretty large issue, yeah. So you can continue the configuration, and this is what you were seeing before. And for now, I'll just put 4 modules. I still don't know if these work. I still need to test if these work. So 4 modules, and it generates it. I will show you a class that I make with uploaded course materials, and show you what else it can do. Hopefully, from what I'm seeing with anti-gravity is that the bug that I'm seeing is actually it's app-wide. I've seen posts about it on the Google AI Dev forums that there are issues with going on globally with the anti-gravity, with the tokens and stuff. I should not be out of tokens because I've been so busy being in a black hole of depression and black holes of black holes. I've been really hyperfixating on black holes lately. But, so, this one, I don't know if this works properly, but, so this one you have so it generated the lesson plan, and it says, okay, so here's the module, and it gives the description of the module. So the auto-populate button didn't work. It's been very hit or miss, so I still had to fix that. So let's see if this button works. Okay, that did not want to work. Okay, I need to fix that. So it was working before, but this is one of the things that I was trying to oh, there it is. So it generated the so that one, the global one, doesn't seem to have auto-populated it, but yes, you can see here that it gave like a foundation for the framework for how it works. So I don't remember what course I just generated. What did I just make? Wow, I don't even remember what I just made. Is it there or somewhere? Oh, there it is. So, right now, I've been working on the course builder, and of course the UI is not finalized. It's still kind of it's still in its alpha beta UI, because I mean it works, and as long as the site works, the actual visual look will be the last step. I still want to get everything built by the end of March, by the time I have to present this to the GDG, but we'll see what happens. So, one thing I can do is that it's talking about biologistics and examining how nature is efficient and all that stuff. So, let's say that I want you to talk like you are a worker and directing a colony of ants to demonstrate to the human how to use nature inside techniques to the human system works, as though nature itself is trying to teach you about its own architecture. Again, I'm kind of unprepared for this, because as soon as I found the energy to start working on things again, anti-gravity started misbehaving. So pardon the dust, but you can also auto-extract the objectives, so it's going to they seem to be doing it at the same time, so that's a bug I have to fix. But so it automatically extracts like the objective, and it's saying, oh, you need the digital textbook, so you don't really need anything physical here. So these are the topics. You can set it. I still haven't worked on the private public thing, and I actually I haven't touched the arcade. I'm actually planning on doing a completely different gamification mechanics. It's more like Pokemon, and I'll explain that in a second. There will still be arcade games, but that's the least of my concern right now. So you got the lesson plan that was generated earlier, right? And you can, again, there's a lot of legacy buttons, and it's kind of weird. So you can generate the content, and let it generate. It's going to write it in the style of the prompt, like the way that the ant was from the perspective of the ant and the nature perspective. So I generated that. Or, greetings, fellow ants. Now you can go into the read mode. Or as a human say, welcome students, I am Formica, your guide through the fascinating world of, well, our world, but applied to their complicated human systems. So, now it's talking about, you see how it's writing from the perspective of the ant, trying to teach the human about everything. and here it linked. Here's one of the sources that it linked. It is also linking. It's trying to link to sources as much as possible. For instance, good distribution practice. Good manufacturing practices. And I wouldn't know if this is actually a decent video because I can't watch it in the middle of this. That would be a copyright violation. But biomimetics and colonies and stuff, and you can do this for all of the lessons and stuff. And I'm trying to keep it so that it has lesson context across everything, so that it knows what is going on. So here's one of the cooler features, and this one's definitely not using the right amount of vocals, but so it has. You can say that you want 5 slides, and then you can generate the slides. And I spent a little bit more time on this one, but I'm having some trouble with the export feature because it's not really using traditional slideshow methods. It's kind of its own thing, doing its own thing, but I'm going to figure out a way to maybe exporting a PDF and then converting that PDF to a slideshow for your Google Slides to present, to open the slides up in Google Slides. But I'm not really keen on people mass generating content and turning Talos into a content farm, so I don't know if I want to create that kind of an export feature. But again, your O-balls are your O-balls, and at the end of the day, what you generate is still required to be in MIT license Creative Commons. So it has created this background and it's saying lesson 1.1, introduction to biologistics, definition and scope. And it's kind of giving a summary of it. You can go to the next tab, and it's got an image there, and so it says AI generated. It says image in 4. AI generated content may contain inaccurate information and visual aberrations, and clearly this is just artistic. But if you're looking at a technical diagram, it's important that you know that it's not really that it's not accurate. But, I mean, that it might not be accurate. I have no control over that. I can control it as much as I can, but ultimately, like, if I want the site to kind of work, I can't do that. So, for instance, look at that. That's clearly weird stuff. But, eventually, that won't be an issue in the future down the line when AI eventually. I don't even know if this feature. Yep, download's not available. Let's see if that works. Did that work? Wait, did that actually work? Oh my god, that actually worked. This is my first time seeing it actually work. Okay, so that apparently works. Apparently that works. But you can also like sort of change the format of it. And you can add some basic formatting, and you can add LaTeX into it. And you can either use an AI generated image, or you can actually, haven't checked if this works in a while after I tried messing with the MCP, but these are actually Wikimedia Common shots. So if I wanted to search camps got a whole bunch of photos of ants that you can use if you want to avoid using AI generated content. And of course you can attach your own you can attach your own photo if you want. You would source your sites. You can add some external resources. I think this should give the resources at the bottom of it. Yeah, here it is. Lesson 1.1, what is biologistics, and it gives some resources there. So that's one of the features. So I can save this, and I can edit the slides, all of them, and stuff. And so the source notes are automatically extracted, and you can literally the sources are cited right there. The sources are cited easily in APA format, in MLA and APA format, for anyone's easy resource. And you're not. I think I have it set up so that it's not saving the transcript in the back end. I think it's only extracting facts and saving it into a vector database. And it is it's referencing the facts and stuff. So the quiz template, this is another brand new feature that I just started working on during all of the weird stuff with anti-gravity not working properly. But let's see. According to the lesson, what is the primary distinction between conventional logistics and biologistics regarding the products they handle? I think it's. I actually don't. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. So it gives you the correct answer. So so it's giving you a sample multiple. You give it a sample multiple choice question. You give it a sample multiple answer question, and you tell it what the correct answer is. And here's the short answer. So you give it a short answer template and a long form answer and show your work format. So it gives you all of those as an option. I'm also seeing this for the first time too, kind of. I kind of started building this, but yeah. So here are the resources, and you can actually automatically discover more resources. It seems to have added 3 new YouTube videos. So if I go to this YouTube link,
a digital twin is,
and it's talking about digital twins. I was doing it better earlier. I don't know why it's being weird right now. I think it ate those videos because it decided they weren't of quality. It does that too. You can clearly see that the Wikipedia one works better, but I haven't had time to optimize the YouTube one. You can also upload content, but bear in mind Talosopolis is an MIT licensed open source, open educational resource, OERs, and any content that you upload, you must certify that you have the rights to upload it. Otherwise, your content will be taken down if it is requested that your content is removed for copyright infringement. But that is basically what I have built so far. Just like since last last December, and I've gotten a little bit done since February when I presented this to the GDG, but again, because my cat literally died a day before I presented, and I've been so out of it because of that, and all the errors and stuff. I've been going through a lot, but yeah, instead of brain, there is black holes. I've been very much hyperfixating, but so this is what I've been working on. I guess there's another button. Let's see what happens here. Maybe I'll just, it just rewrites that. Okay. So you can, I actually haven't tried this import syllabus button, but let me see something. Well, no, I can't do that right now because this would mess up the current course, but I would imagine that if I had and I can't do that because they are my real courses that I would be using. I would be using my past real courses, and that's copyright infringement, so I can't do that. Yo ho fiddle-dee-dee. Anyways, so we can go here. Let's see. Swarm engineered bioconstruction algorithmic foundations for a resilient self-assembling infrastructure. I do not know. I don't remember when that was generated. So it has applied math, miscellaneous engineering, animal sciences, construction, and delve into the fascinating nexus of collective intelligence, advanced mathematics, and future construction paradigms. Of course, more ants. This is the one that we just did, I think. This is the one that we just did. And the button, it was there before to enter the course, and now I can't enter the course. Oh, there we go. So, I don't know why. Well, I think this is for you to rate the course, just so that this can calibrate how you feel the course is compared to how the course actually is, as a different type of rating. So, like, again, this is very, very early stage 1 version. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure this is Kira's original UI with my skin on it. And I haven't had the time to really build out Scholar mode. I've been working on Magister mode, and then I figured I would then work on Scholar mode. But let's see, what does this look like? Because I haven't seen this either. So, okay. There's a practice mode, okay. This is the fun part of vibe coding. It has this little extra bit there, but so you have apparently this might be a different one. This is a different one. Okay, this is another ants. This is more ants. And you see how this one actually got the robot building 3D printed homes and more biological inspirations, but what is... I guess this is the engineering aspect, because, you know, when ants do build their homes with certain strategies, but I would imagine that beehives are more relevant master builders to that, because when they vomit their beeswax to make their hives, they're effectively 3D printing their houses. Fun fact: beehives are not naturally hexagonal. They are actually circular, but they build it with 60-degree parity such that it packs into the the hexagonal shape. Parity is not the right word, but phase offset or whatever. Packing density. Hausdorff dimensions. You have all of this data, and you have, another YouTube link. Landing robots and whatnot. You have all of the links, and mind you, this is all done automatically. So this is still I haven't built this at all. I'm not sure if did I show this in alpha beta? I don't know if I showed this version of it in alpha beta, but there are a couple of games, and this is still the version that's there, and I will definitely not be able to answer the question, but this is still the same as okay, yeah, see, this has not been touched in a while, so that's why it's not really working right now. But there's this one. I didn't really have enough time to do this. This is like a Dig Dug clone. This one was Gemini's pun. I like this pun, but this one's red light, green light, and it's defaulting to the math questions because slow. Okay, that's 6. He was in points, obviously. This one was really fun to build. Collect, I think 3 minimum 3 up to 4. There is a physical bug on my monitor. I have bugs on my code, not in my code. These are trying to like emulate the old vibe of Flash games. So that escalated quickly. It's 2 plus 4 plus 6 which is 12, but yeah. So you can still also into yeah, that should that's just a UI thing. Then you have the slides. Oh, I didn't generate slides for this one. And then you have practice mode. Let's see what this button does. Apparently there's this button. Vibe coding. Crashes the site. Just had to regenerate the container. But, let's see, I think, let's go here. It's pinned at the top, basically. But, let that generate, and then we can go into, I need a naming consistency. I'm sorry, I've been very exhausted. So I named this Hephaestus mod as you know, obviously Talosopolis is Greek themed. It's very very mythologically driven. There's an energy of Jason and the Argonauts and the Minotaur that is getting the site published. But so you have this button. Again, I cannot confirm or deny if this information is accurate because it is not my domain of specificity. But as you can see, these I too have trauma from cross pagsiops and definitely unitunnel abuse. That's I definitely have experience with inannulation. That's exactly why I have the Wikimedia feature there, because this is unacceptable, and you as the Magister are responsible for ensuring that the information presented is correct and that the information in your infographics is also correct, and that you provide whatever you need to make the course actually work. Like Talos is designed so that you can completely automate courses. Like if you're just someone who's curious and wants to rapidly learn, and you don't really particularly care about if there's a little error here or there, it's designed for that. But if you're trying to make a serious course for serious learning for serious users, then you're going to have to put some effort to make it look nice. Otherwise it's just AI slop, right? So you can save the draft, and you can go here and find that course again. I guess I would be like, I don't know why that's not showing up. Adverse childhood ecology. Do I have it set to private? Publish this. Let's see. I guess that's another bug I have to deal. Oh, hi Google. I don't even know how to activate that. How do I even activate that? 7 keys. Let's see. So this one is showing up. So let's see. algorithm. I have the slides for this generator already? No, I don't. So I'm gonna make the slides. I make the quiz template, and then we're gonna see what it looks like. Oh my god, it's been almost an hour. But yeah, I will make a separate Pi Day video that is specifically for Pi Day after I rest and get up. Unfortunately, this is what I have to push because again, I would have had a much more production ready version if my cat didn't die. Rest in peace, little Dino. I love her so much. And then there was all sorts of issues with my back and stuff. But so I'm gonna save this. And you got the source nodes. So quiz template, you want to generate it. Resources, they are. And the scholar mode initialize this module. And then you have that. I think this is. Is this the one that I selected that I just generated? That's a bug. Again, it just hasn't been showing up. But, let's see. So there are slides. This template, save template. So the slides aren't showing up yet, but so there's again, this is still what it was. Kind of, not really. I mean, you've got this one seems to have not wanted to cite anything for some reason. Oh yeah, I have this thing called Smiles. I'm still working on. It should render like molecules and stuff. I'm trying, and it will render LaTeX. So if I go to let's see, geometry transposing LaTeX. I haven't really. This is one of the default. This is one of the default ones that won't do anything. Let's see. Does it actually? Does it actually have LaTeX in it? LaTeX is in here somewhere. Maybe this will have LaTeX. It's not a generator, but I can go to. There are a lot of courses. I think it might be the top here on these drafts. Yeah, so there's a lot of bugs, but it's definitely more than what I built with my alpha beta version. So that's why I'm calling it a beta gamma version. So let's see. I wanted to show you. Check something first. Those are not. Let's see, they're not there. Okay. Here's somewhere. We've got four. They like a photocall antenna or something. Oh, they're temples before, I think. Open textbooks, yeah. So for instance, if I wanted to make this, so what's this? Electrical engineering. Let's go with electrical engineering, of course. Suggest based on if this let's do it up there. Electrical engineering, computer engineering, so I already got that. And now I can do this. Synthesize the abstract. Initialize it. And this time I am going to go here and select this textbook. And you can do a dry run to see how big, how long, how many balls it'll take. And you can also mine and analyze any relevant courses that, any relevant information that Wikipedia or YouTube will have. And it doesn't show here you have to certify that it's you have the rights to use it, and that the content is accurate and safe according to Wikipedia. It's checked in the back end to make sure of that. Hence why it's 7 balls. But so there's some stuff that didn't some stuff got rejected. But here's tons of YouTube videos. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these were a UV blog.
This is not.
It's not EUV vlog, that's for sure. But you would see like EUV vlog and stuff in here. Styropyro. Who else? Styropyro, Ben Eater, all sorts of really good YouTubers. So let's actually keep this let's keep this maybe at 12 modules. And it didn't seem to determine. Let's go to it now. Oh yeah, see that was way off. 7 O-balls compared to 102 O-balls. So I can't do that, but that's the whole point about Talosopolis. Like, it's really more designed for, well, it's designed so that you can get at least a credit hour of learning every week. But if you're trying to create a course, you're, well, it's kind of, it depends on how big your file is, right? Like, physical geography, this one has the actual stuff uploaded to it. And this one fully, and I mean complete, well, oh no, okay, I guess this one still references YouTube. I must have regenerated it at one point. But, yeah. So that's basically what I've built. This hasn't changed much. It's used to, like, this needs to be fixed and stuff, but the moment that anti-gravity decides to give my tokens back, right? The moment that anti-gravity decides to give me my tokens back, I will be able to generate more, but Flash still works. I'm going to be working on it through that. I don't feel as depressed as I was before, and I've been just kind of better than feeling too sick to work on Talos. So I'm actually able to physically sit up and work at my desk. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, Talos will be completely and fully out of beta, in the traditional sense of beta, and it should be healthy to present to the GDG before the end of April, before the end of March. Hopefully, I can get this in front of the Google Developer Group with a presentable version before our next member meeting. But in the interests of making enough progress to call it sufficiently Beta-Gamma, which is technically out of beta, which I would have been beta, legitimately out of beta had my cat not died, but I planned a lot around this, so I will sing this anyways because I feel like I made sufficient progress anyways to call it this. Just still very depressing, but at the same time, if you think about it, I don't know if I made a really strange post about neurotoxin, and it was entirely a thing about Schrodinger's cat, and I had no idea the cat was sick at the time. It was, as a matter of fact, I have videos of me getting the news on camera. It was horrifying, but yeah, so in the interest of GLaDOS, and being still alive doing science, because I know I've definitely tried to harm or laugh myself a few times, but I'm still going. That's all I can do. This was a triumph. Making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead, But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done, and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line, and we're out of beta, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned. Think of all the things we've learned for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. Go ahead and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside. Maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe Microsoft. That was a joke, haha, that chance. Anyways, this cake is great, it's so delicious and moist. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look out there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run, there is research to be done for the people who are on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive. I'm doing science and I'm still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. While you're dying, I'll be still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. Still alive. And in the interests of the Ides of March, the Companion Cube, the Enrichment Center, would like to remind you that the weighted Companion Cube cannot speak. In the event that the weighted Companion Cube does speak, the Enrichment Center urges you to disregard its advice. The Enrichment Center would like to remind you that the Enrichment Center would like to remind you that the weighted Companion Cube will never threaten to stab you, and in fact cannot speak. Because he's too busy cutting pie. Pie on Pie Day. He's the, oh boy, what flavor is it? Pie flavor. That's yummy. Yeah, I will be making a separate Pie Day video. I would have been a lot more prepared for this if it weren't for life getting in the way. And Chloe's, but yeah. So to close this video off until the next update, I will be reciting all the digits of pi and you from memories. And I memorized these back when I was 12 years old, and there's videos of that too, from Math Counts, as it happened. But 3.141592638278462795028841971693993751058209749459. I think that's the digits I know. We only need 10 to measure, 10 or 12 to measure the radius of the universe to within a proton, but Oh, 72 days, I think. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed my Talosopolis update. Talosopolis. I will be pushing this to broad. I will be pushing this version to broad. Because technically it is a much more stable version than what I've had before. So actually, push this to broad. Please. There should be a step. So let's see. Oh, that's why. I thought for a second that it wasn't. Look, the companion cube. Did this stab. It's just kind of on everything bug. And because I can't show, let me just make sure that it's running, and then I will. Okay, that's running, and let's see. There's the doodle, pretty doodle. That's real nice. The companion cube does the stubbish stub. I am very, very sleep deprived because anyone that knows me, I am very much a night person, and due to all the hubbub in my house, it's I get woken up during daylight hours, and it absolutely completely destroys me because I am not organically a day person, and it hurts physically. I can't have the energy to do anything because I'm forced to stay up during the day, and people don't understand that. They don't intentionally disturb me, but it's still it gets very noisy outside. But my grandmother, as I found out today, between the two last videos I uploaded, is going to go away from this drum house today, which is 14th. And that means the very, very kind caretaker, and my grandmother will not be here anymore. I will gladly showing the caretaker's daughter space as much as I can. I gave her a start for the other day. I don't want to upload that video because she's a minor, and I don't want to upload that audio recording actually, but I will be definitely showing her the night sky as soon as I can when it's not cloudy. It's a very good Sagittarius A stars. I know it's kind of you can see some pretty nice. I was able to see the Southern Cross and Alpha Centauri. There's a lot of deep sky objects that you can pick out before me, but her mother would probably stay here at the time. But yeah, so the caretaker is one I caretaker by the way. Oh, haha, March 14, 314, 314. That's a funny number. Let's see. let's see. I want it to be fully deployed. Then why I can refresh Talosopolis and see Beta-Gamma on the front page of Talosopolis. Physically fighting my own body and just but I've been better in the last couple of days, just anti-gravities. There's gravity, there's anti-gravity. because it's deployed. Just have to restart my front end too. Audience at this point. Technically, expose my background on accident. And I just restarted after I sleep instead of before. Always do these updates once in a while, so it's not too big of a deal. So, you know what? I didn't even. I forgot to check the tabs I had open. I'm just glad they're just normal tabs. I mean, not that you could tell if my tabs were normal or not normal, but I don't look at weird stuff. But probably should have checked that before I did. Anyways, so I'm gonna see if we press F5, it should show it. Let's see. There it is. Beta-Gamma. Talosopolis. Beta-Gamma. So, yeah. That's the, just for the sake of showing the stuff. This is all filler. It's kind of, well, not really filler, but like, some of the actual real stuff. Tactful with the UI here, using images that's not AI generated for my front page at least. Oh yeah, and I still gotta build out Argus and Talos AI. 3.1 CF4. So this seems to work. Use this. Yes. So this is going to be another thing that I build out. But like, if I actually start working on this, because I'm able to actually get stuff done again after all the stuff that happened, I should be able to get it all built in like 2 weeks. But yeah. That's basically the update. So hopefully, let's see what happens. This is, I am still very, very faithful towards my path towards the singularity. So let's see what happens. Because sometimes fate has a funny way of making things work out whether you want it to or not. And whether you believe it'll work out or not. So, yeah. That's my Talos update. And I hope you enjoyed this.